Hey, fellow goal achievers. Hey, we're welcome back to a second part of a 10-part series on attacking goals. That's exactly what we're kind of continuing on here. We just wrapped up, and hopefully, you saw some of the videos on attacking goals on the Quick Tip Tuesday portion. If you haven't, they're easy to find within the groups here. We're actually going to continue on, just going a little bit deeper in each one of those lessons, diving down more, giving more input and more value for you guys, right? So you're definitely going to want to pay attention. So just to go on again, we're on attacking goals, making sure we're doing what we need to make sure we carry ourselves forward to achieving what our goals are. Today's session is going to be on the 6 things successful people do to unapologetically achieve their goals. I love that. Being unapologetic about doing what you need to do for the betterment of yourself and not everybody else, right? Because we've all been there. So in the name of reaching your goals, you may be cast down by others. Sometimes family and friends want to hold you back a little bit because they're afraid of losing you and whatnot. But that's okay. Let them. If your goals are important to you, you must be unapologetic and carry no guilt in your journey to reach your destination. A lot of us do. I mean, I've been there before too when I have to let things go, but do what the world's most successful people do to attack your goals, regardless of what anyone else says. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today, are the top 6 steps for that. So the first one, what we're going to go over, is to be consistent. Really, honestly, one of the most important ones as well, in my opinion. Being consistent is one of the most important and challenging steps to achieving your goals. If you don't keep up the momentum, it's easy to give up before you even really get started. I mean, think of the person that works out at the same time every single day. If they give up one day, they feel guilty on themselves. They don't want to because they know they lose that momentum. You do that too many times, and what's going to happen? You're going to end up giving up, just like we talked about here, before you even really get started or make it to that next level. The second one here is going to be to make sacrifices. Maintaining consistency will mean making sacrifices along the way. I mean, it's actually inevitable. These sacrifices are going to vary depending on you and your goals. But it will be worth it down the road when you've made your dream life come true. I mean, I look at it for me. Sometimes I have to not attend networking events or hang out with friends so I can work on what I have to work on in my personal life. And sometimes it's vice versa. Sometimes I have to give up what I'm working on to go to a networking event or go do something or go speak or do something because I know it's going to help benefit in a different way. So you really kind of have to watch that and make what's going to make the most sense for you. And again, that's going to vary, but the more consistent you are in the sacrifice you give up towards your goal, the more important it's actually going to be. And I think we all understand that. The third one here, is look for the good, which we all know is one of the most challenging things that we can do, right? I mean, all we ever see is bad, and that's not necessarily what it's all about. Because we got to remember, rough patches are inevitable. It's going to happen. However, you need to learn to look for the good in the bad. Some may call this a silver lining, but really it's just looking beyond the bad that is surrounding you and seeing that there will be good again, or that the bad is actually preparing you for a trial down the road, or even preparing you for a life lesson down the road, which is also extremely beneficial for us as well by strengthening you and making you just a better person overall. All right, next one up here, number 4, is take responsibility. No, it sounds trivial, but this is one of the biggest things that people don't do, right? They always like to blame others or make excuses. Taking responsibility is a concept that should apply to all areas of your life. That's really, really crucial. You must take responsibility for the good, but don't let somebody else steal your thunder. And the bad, be honest with yourself when you make mistakes or have any shortcomings, and really everything else in between. Take responsibility. Be unapologetic in your journey to achieve your goals means being unrepentant in your honesty when you screw up or when you make mistakes or when those things happen. Take it on. I made this wrong. How can I make the correction? And then simply move on from there. So you're still keeping with the power that you deserve as you achieve your goals. All right. Number 5, take risks. If you're a goal achiever, we already kind of know this. However, sometimes we do what we call calculated risks. Taking risks may seem like an obvious step in achieving your goals, but think beyond the typical one, like the fear of failure. We all have the fear of failure when it comes to that. But doing something risky or scary allows you to try new things, find new paths to take, find new ways of doing something, and really, most importantly, learn and grow from your mistakes. I personally love to fail. You hear me say this on a regular basis. If I fail, that means I'm growing, I'm learning, and I'm gaining wisdom, like the wisdom that the people that you looked up to when you were younger already had. And then finally, number 6, don't give up. Do not stop. Maybe you screwed up on consistency. You weren't as consistent as you wanted to be. Perhaps you made a sacrifice that really didn't quite pan out. Perhaps you took a risk and failed. That's going to happen again. That's all fine and dandy. If you give up for any reason, I mean any reason, the ones listed up in the previous little area there, or because you're giving in the mounting pressure from family and friends, you will never meet your goal. That's not why we're here for, right? You will never find out if you had what it takes to make it. Don't give up ever on your goal and your dream. Hopefully there was a good takeaway or two from this, something to remind you of something that you already know. I have this conversation with people on a regular basis where we already know what to do, but sometimes they have to be reminded of those little teeny things in between. So I do really appreciate y'all taking time and listening to me. Again, if you guys haven't joined my group, please do me a favor, click on the link above or below, wherever I happen to have it right now. Like the group, and help grow and help the community grow of all like-minded individuals. But this is Terry Buzzard Jr. signing off, reminding you to envision, execute, and excel in everything that you do. Thanks, guys.